Hello, champions. Welcome to episode 21. Welcome to Level B1.
And I am Lukas. Today we start a new journey. We talk about passions.
I have to say, just hearing those words, Level B1, it it gives me goosebumps. It really does. It feels like we've been climbing this mountain for 20 episodes, and now suddenly we're through the clouds.
We're at a new height.
Yeah. We're standing on a plateau, and the view is just completely different.
It is a significant... You are. Your brain is a little bit panicked. But B1, reaching the intermediate level B1, it means you stop being a tourist in the language.
So what are you then?
You're becoming a resident.
Oh, that is a beautiful way to put it. A resident of English. You've got the keys to the apartment.
Yeah.
You know where the grocery store is. And now you can actually start, decorating?
Exactly. You can start living.
You can start living in the language.
And that's why the way we talk has to change a little bit. In the earlier levels, we focused on needs. I need water. I need to catch the bus.
The basics.
Right. But level B1 is about wants. It's about feelings. It's about your opinions. It's about who you are, not just what you need to survive.
And that explains our slight shift in style today. Champions, you might notice that while we're still keeping our promise of slow English, the texture of the conversation is a little different. We're connecting our sentences more.
We're exploring the why and the how, not just the what.
But we will not rush. We want you to understand every single word.
But we also want to challenge your brain a little. To follow a longer thread of thought, we're moving from I like pizza to deeper topics.
Like passions and lifestyle.
Exactly. And to talk about these things, you need a more sophisticated engine.
New grammar tools.
That's right. And today, we're going to tackle one of the most famous battles in the English language.
Oh, I know this one.
The battle between the gerund and the infinitive.
It sounds so technical, doesn't it? The gerund versus the infinitive, like a boxing match?
It does, but it's actually quite logical when you break it down. It's the difference between doing and to do.
The experience of an action versus the idea of an action.
You've got it. We'll get there.
And we have a very special grammar tennis game plan for the end of the show to really test your reflexes. But first, let's just settle in, let's relax, and let's talk about what people actually do with their free time at this stage.
Let's dive into segment 1, Advanced Hobbies.
So in the beginner levels, we learned words like swim, run, read, and those are great verbs. They're functional.
They are.
But today, our source material is suggesting more complex activities. These aren't just things you do to pass the time.
No, these are things you do to build an identity.
That's a great way to put it.
So the first category we have is what I like to call productive hobbies.
Productive hobbies.
These are hobbies where you create something tangible, something you can, hold in your hands. And the example our source gives is gardening.
Gardening. Gardening. It's a word that smells like, rain and soil.
It does.
But gardening is interesting because it's actually hard work.
Yeah.
Why do we think of labor as a hobby?
That's a fascinating question, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it's because it connects us to a different rhythm of time.
What do you mean?
Well, in our modern life, everything is instant. You send a text, you get a reply, you click a button, you buy something.
Not instant gratification.
But gardening, you cannot force a tomato to turn red. You have to wait.
That is so true. It teaches patience. Let's look at the context sentence from our material. It says, I like gardening because I can eat the vegetables.
Because I can eat the vegetables.
Yeah.
It sounds so simple. But think about the pride in that sentence.
It's not just about the food.
Not at all. It's about agency. It's about, I created this. When you say, I like gardening, you're telling the world that you're a nurturer. You're someone who can keep things alive.
It grounds you. Literally and figuratively.
It does.
And the vocabulary that comes with it, soil, seeds, watering, harvest, these are all great B1 words that describe a process.
Now let's look at the second category. This is almost the complete opposite of production.
Okay.
This is about relaxing hobbies, but not relaxing in the sense of sleeping, relaxing with a purpose. Our source material focuses on meditation.
Meditation, this is a huge topic right now. It seems like everyone is doing it, or at least talking about it. The sentence we have is, I enjoy meditating to clear my mind.
To clear my mind. That is such a useful B1 phrase, to clear your mind.
It's a great image.
It is. Think of your mind like a desk. During the day, it gets covered in papers, coffee cups, clutter.
Sticky notes everywhere.
Exactly. And meditating is the act of sweeping that desk clean.
I think this hobby is actually essential for language learners. Learning can be so noisy.
Oh,
Your
yes.
brain is translating, conjugating, panicking, and sometimes you just need to close your eyes and stop the noise.
But here's the paradox. To an outside observer, meditation looks like you are doing absolutely nothing. You're just sitting there.
Right.
But inside you are doing heavy lifting. You're organizing thoughts. You're fighting distractions. You're finding peace. It's an
Right.
internal hobby.
I love that, an internal hobby. Okay, so the third category is creative hobbies. This is where you express yourself to the world, and the example is blogging.
Blogging or writing a blog. The sentence is, writing a blog helps me express my feelings.
Express my feelings. That's the heart of level B1, isn't it?
It really is.
At A2, you can say, I am sad. But in B1, through a blog, you can explain why you're sad, or what the sunset looked like, or how a meal tasted.
It's about vulnerability. When you write a blog, especially in a second language, you're putting yourself out there. You're sharing a story. Maybe it's about your travels, maybe it's about cooking, but you're putting your personality onto the page or, the screen.
And it doesn't have to be perfect English.
Right.
A blog can just be a practice space.
Exactly. It's a playground. It's a digital garden. We want to mix our metaphors.
I like that. We also have a few extra vocabulary words on our list for today. We have photography.
Photography, taking pictures. This is about seeing. It's not just pointing a camera. It's understanding light and shadow.
It's about capturing a moment.
Before it disappears, yes.
Then we have martial arts, like karate or judo.
This is about discipline. It's about controlling your body. It's like physical chess.
Physical chess, I've never heard that before. And finally, hiking.
Hiking. Walking in nature, usually up a mountain or through a forest.
It's a great one.
Hiking is wonderful because it's a metaphor for life. You have a goal, the top of the mountain. The path is hard, you get tired. But you keep putting one foot in front of the other. And when you reach the top, you have a new perspective.
So we have all these amazing hobbies. Gardening, meditating, blogging, photography, martial arts, hiking. They all sound so good on paper.
They do.
But talking about them is one thing. Doing them, that's where the comedy usually begins.
That is very true. Trying a new hobby can be complicated.
Yeah.
It's rarely graceful at the start.
Speaking of graceful, I see you've done something to the studio. You've pushed the chairs back and there's a purple mat on the floor.
There is.
Is there something you want to share with everyone?
Well, in the spirit of trying new things and exploring our source material deeply, I thought I shouldn't just talk about hobbies. I should experience one. I have decided to attempt yoga.
Yoga, that is fantastic. But right now, in the middle of our recording.
Why not? This is the deep dive. I am diving in. Okay, listeners, I am taking off my shoes. I am stepping onto the mat.
Okay, champions, picture this. He's wearing his suit trousers and a dress shirt, and he's standing on a purple rubber mat. He looks very serious.
I have read the instructions. Yoga is about balance, and it's about breathing. I'm going to try a classic position. It is called the tree pose.
The tree pose. Okay, This is the one where you stand on one leg, right?
Correct. I must become a tree. Strong, rooted. Okay. I'm shifting my weight to my left leg, planting my left foot into the mat.
Take it slow. Don't hurt yourself.
I am fine. I am in control. Now, I am lifting my right foot. I'm placing the sole of my right foot against my left calf. Okay. So far, so good.
You're wobbling a little bit. Just a little.
That is just the wind, Anna. The wind blowing through my leaves. I am a tree.
Okay.
Now, I must raise my arms above my head like branches, reaching for the sun.
Okay.
I am breathing in and breathing out.
You look very concentrated.
My left ankle is vibrating. Is that supposed to happen? Feels like a small earthquake in my ankle.
I think that means your muscles are working or panicking. One of the two.
Focus. Focus on a spot on the wall.
Yeah.
I am looking at the red on-air light. I am the tree. The light is the sun. I am reaching. Stretching. Oh, the light is moving. No, I am moving.
You're leaning to the left. The tree is leaning.
Timber, I am losing it. Whoa.
Are you? Okay, you just disappeared behind the desk there for a second.
I am fine. I am down. The tree's been felled. I am now a log.
That was a valiant effort. You held it for at least 4 seconds. That's a personal best, I'm guessing?
Gravity is a harsh teacher. But as I pick myself up here and put my shoes back on, this actually illustrates our point perfectly.
How so? Other than the fact that yoga is much harder than it looks.
It illustrates the gap between the idea of an activity and the process of doing it.
Okay.
In my head, I decided to do yoga. I had a plan. But my body was experiencing the reality of doing yoga, and it was messy.
That is a brilliant connection. And that exact conflict, the plan in your head versus the reality of the experience, that brings us directly to our grammar topic.
Precisely. This is our transition to segment 3, grammar focus. We call this the heart versus head rule.
This is the most important part of today's deep dive. Listeners, if you have a notebook, please get it ready. Or if you're driving, just turn up the volume and focus. We're going to solve a problem that confuses almost every student at level B1.
The problem is this. In English, when you have two verbs together, the second verb changes. Sometimes we use the ing form, like eating.
And sometimes we use the to form, like to eat.
In grammar books, they call the ing form a gerund, and they call the to form an infinitive.
Those are very fancy names.
They are, but they don't really help you remember why we use them. So we prefer to use the heart versus head system. It's a mnemonic device, a memory tool.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's start with the heart. Why do we call the gerund, the NSG ing form, the heart?
Because the heart represents emotion, feeling, but it also represents the experience of the action itself. When you are in the middle of doing something, you are feeling it. You are in the flow of time.
So rule number 1 is the heart verbs use ab ing. These are verbs that focus on the process or the emotion of an activity.
Correct. Let's look at our list of hard verbs. The first one is most obvious one, enjoy.
Enjoy is a feeling. It's pure emotion. So we say, I enjoy reading. We never say, I enjoy to read.
Exactly. When you say, I enjoy reading, you're talking about the pleasure of it. Holding the book, looking at the words, turning the pages. It's the experience.
Okay. Next is love.
I love swimming. You're describing your passion, the feeling of the water on your skin. I love swimming.
And the opposite, hate.
I hate cleaning. You feel a strong negative emotion about the process, the scrubbing, the dust, the smell. I hate cleaning.
Now, here are some that are less about emotion, but still about the process or the flow of an action. Finish.
This is a crucial one, and so many students get this wrong. I finished eating. Think about it. You can only finish a process. You can't finish a plan. You finish the action itself. So it has to be ing. I finished working. I finished reading.
That makes perfect sense. You're finishing the activity. What about stop?
Please stop talking.
Yeah.
The action of talking is happening right now. It is a process.
Yeah.
And you want that process to end. So stop talking.
Then we have avoid. To stay away from something.
I avoid driving in the city. You stay away from the experience of driving because it's stressful. You avoid the doing of it.
Right. And finally, suggest.
I suggest going to the park. This one's a little tricky, but think of it this way. You're putting the image of the activity into the air. How about going to the park? You're suggesting the experience itself.
Okay, so that's the heart. Feelings, enjoyment, and the flow of action. Now let's move to the head. Okay. What's rule number 2?
Rule number 2 is the head verbs use to. The head represents logic, calculation, the future. It's about making a decision to do something that hasn't happened yet. It's abstract.
Let's go through the list. First up, want it.
I want to read.
Yeah.
This is a desire. You're not reading yet. You're not holding the book. It's just an idea in your brain. You want to do it. It points to the future.
Okay.
I need to sleep. It's a logical requirement. Your brain calculates battery low, need to recharge. It's a command.
Decide. This is a big one.
Yes. A decision is a mental event.
Right.
It happens in your head. I decided to go. You made a plan. The action hasn't started.
Right. What about hope?
I hope to see you. It's a wish for the future. You're projecting your mind forward in time.
Plan.
I plan to visit London. It's a mental arrangement. You're looking at a calendar in your mind.
And the last one on our list, promise.
I promise to call you. It's a verbal contract you make with your mind for a future action.
So let's just recap this because it's so incredibly useful. Heart equals feeling, experience, the current process, that's ing. And head equals logic, calculation, and future planning. And that's TO.
Exactly. Compare them directly. I enjoy playing. That's heart experience.
I want to play. That's head desire.
I finished working. The process has ended. I decided to work. A plan was made.
Once you start seeing that pattern, it really does become much easier.
It does. You don't have to memorize a giant list of verbs. You just ask yourself, is this coming from my heart and my experience? Or is it coming from my head and my plans?
Now, I know there are always some exceptions. English is famous for exceptions.
There are. Some verbs can take both. and the meaning changes slightly. But for level B1, if you stick to the heart versus head rule, you will be correct 90% of the time.
And 90% is a great score.
It's an excellent score.
I agree. Let's master the main rule before we worry about the details. But knowing the rule is only half the battle, we need to practice it.
We need to make it stick.
Yes.
It is time for segment 4, the grammar drill.
Listeners, this is where you participate. We are going to give you 3 sentences using these rules, and we will repeat each sentence exactly 3 times.
We want you to speak out loud. If you're on the bus, you can whisper it. If you're alone, shout it. Muscle memory is key. Your mouth needs to learn the shape of the grammar. Are you ready?
Okay, drill number 1. This uses the verb avoid. Remember, avoid is about staying away from the experience. It's a heart verb. It takes ing.
The sentence is, I avoid eating sugar.
Together now. Listen and repeat. I avoid eating sugar.
Again, feel the flow of avoid eating. I avoid eating sugar.
One more time, very clearly, I avoid eating sugar.
Excellent. Now, drill number 2. This uses the verb decide, a head verb, a mental choice. It points to the future, so it takes TO.
The sentence is, I decided to buy a car.
Your turn. I decided to buy a car.
Again, focus on the 2. Connect the decision to the action. I decided to buy a car.
Last time. Make it sound like a firm decision. I decided to buy a car.
Very good. And now, drill number 3. This uses the verb finish. This is about the end of a process. It's a heart or a process verb. It takes an ing.
The sentence is a question. Have you finished working?
Listen and repeat. Have you finished working?
Again, let the intonation go up at the end for the question, have you finished working?
And the final time, have you finished working?
Wonderful. If you repeated those out loud, your mouth is starting to learn the pattern. Your brain is connecting finish with working and decide with to buy.
It's like a workout for your tongue. Now, to see how these words live in the real world, let's move to segment 5, story time.
We love stories. Language was invented to tell stories. Today's story is called Arthur's New Passion. It's about a man looking for a hobby.
As we read this, I want you to listen for the bold verbs. Listen for the pairs. We're going to stop after each section to analyze what Arthur is doing. Is he using his head or his heart?
I will read the story slowly. Just relax and listen.
The story begins.
Arthur was bored. He needed a new hobby. First, he decided to try painting. He bought a canvas and paints. But he hated cleaning the brushes. It was too messy.
Okay, let's pause right there. A classic hobby disaster. He decided to try. Why to try?
Well, it was a plan. It happened in his head. He was standing in the shop, looking at the paints, thinking, this is a good idea. He decided to try.
A head verb. But then reality hit him. He hated cleaning.
Yes, the process, the dirty water, the paint on his hands. He hated the experience of cleaning. So he used the gerund, a heart verb.
Poor Arthur. Let's see what he tries next.
Then he planned to learn the guitar. But his neighbors complained about the noise.
Short and sad. Plan to learn.
Again, a head verb. A plan for the future. He probably bought the guitar, maybe set a schedule. But the reality didn't work out.
What happened finally? Did he find something?
Finally, Arthur suggested going for a walk with his camera. He started taking photos of clouds. He enjoyed looking at the sky for hours. It was quiet. It was clean. It was perfect. Now, Arthur loves collecting cloud photos.
That is such a lovely ending. Let's look at those verbs. Suggested going.
He suggested the activity. Let's go. The idea of the movement.
Enjoyed looking.
The experience. He was standing there looking up. He felt peace. He enjoyed looking.
And loves collecting.
It's his passion now. He loves the whole process of finding new clouds and taking pictures of them.
Arthur went on a journey. He tried to force things with his head, deciding to paint, planning to learn guitar. But in the end, he found what his heart enjoyed doing.
It's a lesson for life, isn't it? We often decide to do things because they sound cool. I decided to learn French. I plan to run a marathon.
Right.
But if you don't enjoy studying or you hate running, you're probably not going to succeed.
That's so validating. Life is too short to do hobbies you hate. If you hate cleaning brushes, just stop painting.
Which brings us to a bigger concept, how we can apply this to our own lives. Segment 6, application, the bucket list.
A bucket list. Can you explain what that is?
A bucket list is a list of things you want to do before you kick the bucket, which is a slang idiom for dying.
Right.
Basically, it's a list of your biggest dreams, your life goals.
This is the ultimate head verb exercise, then, isn't it? Because dreams are all plans. They're hopes. They're desires.
Yeah, precisely. When we talk about our bucket list, we almost always use the infinitive to. because we haven't done them yet.
Let's look at some examples from the material. We have keywords like skydiving, writing a book, learning Japanese.
What's on your real bucket list? Use a head verb.
Okay. I have always loved the idea of writing a novel, so I would say, I hope to write a book one day.
I hope to write. Perfect. It's a wish for the future.
What about you? Do you have a bucket list item?
I do. I am fascinated by Japan, so I would say, I plan to visit Kyoto, or I want to see the cherry blossoms.
Plan to visit, want to see, all pointing to the future. But sometimes a bucket list also involves overcoming fears, and fears come from the heart. They're feelings.
That is very true. Let's take the example of skydiving. Jumping out of an airplane. For some people, that's a dream. For me, that's a nightmare.
So how would you express that fear using our grammar?
I would say I avoid flying in small planes. Or maybe I hate falling.
Avoid flying. Hate falling. You're describing the visceral experience, the feeling.
What about you? Is there anything you avoid doing?
Oh, absolutely. I avoid speaking in public. Wait, that's not true. I do a podcast.
You seem to enjoy speaking.
I do. I enjoy speaking. But I avoid cooking complicated meals. I hate following long recipes.
I hate following. There you go. You just like the process.
So listeners, this is your homework for your own brain. Think about your bucket list. What do you hope to do? What do you plan to see? And on the other side, what do you avoid doing?
Make a list. 3 things you want to do, 3 things you enjoy doing. You will see the grammar rule clearly on the page.
Now, I feel like we've done a lot of analyzing. We've used our heads. We've discussed the rules. We read a story.
The energy's a bit calm. We promised a peaceful episode, but we also need a bit of a workout.
We do. We need to wake up the brain, get the heart rate up a little. It is time for the finale. Segment 7, the grammar tennis game.
I'm ready for this.
This is my favorite part. This is an interactive game. We call it grammar tennis because it goes back and forth very, very fast.
The rules are simple. One of us will serve a verb. Just say the word. For example, hope. The other person must instantly hit back with the correct sentence, like, I hope to win.
Then we swap. No thinking time, just reaction.
Listeners, try to think of the sentence before we do, or just enjoy the rhythm. The goal is speed.
We are going to play 10 rounds. No long pauses. We must keep the rally going. Are you ready?
I am bouncing on my toes. My racket is ready. Serve the ball.
Okay. Round 1, enjoy.
I enjoy sleeping.
Nice return. Simple and safe.
Round 2.
Your serve.
Plan.
I plan to visit Paris.
Good placement. Round 3. My serve.
Stop! Please stop talking.
Ouch. Was that directed at me?
Purely grammatical. Keep playing.
Okay. Round 4. Your serve.
Neat.
I need to drink water.
Round 5. Speeding up now. My serve.
Practice.
You must practice speaking.
Correct. Round 6. Your turn.
Learn.
I am learning to drive.
Very good. Round 7. A tricky one for me.
Mind. As in, do you mind?
Do you mind opening a window?
Perfect usage. A polite request with the gerund. Round 8. Refuse.
I refuse to eat bugs.
A very wise choice. Round 9.
Keep
going.
And round 10, the final point. Make it a good one.
Love.
I love teaching English.
And match.
Wow, that was a good workout. My brain is buzzing.
It creates a rhythm, doesn't it? Enjoy sleeping. Plan to visit. Stop talking. Need to drink.
It really highlights the difference. Stop talking feels so abrupt. So in the moment, plan to visit feels open and full of possibility.
And that, champions, is the power of grammar tennis. You don't have time to overthink. You just react. And that is what fluency feels like.
It's true. When you're in a real conversation, you don't have time to open a textbook and look at a chart. You have to feel it. You have to know that enjoy wants an ing and wants a po.
And the only way to get that feeling is practice. Repetition. Listening to shows like this one.
Exactly. Well, we have covered so much ground today. We welcomed you to level B1. We explored advanced hobbies like gardening and meditation.
We watched me fall over while trying yoga. My ankle is almost recovered, by the way.
We learned the heart rule and the head rule. We drilled the sentences. We read about Arthur and his love of clouds.
And we played a very vigorous game of grammar tennis.
I think we can say this has been a very productive deep dive.
I agree. To all of you listening, you are now B1 champions. You are moving up in the world. You are becoming residents of the English language.
So take these tools, use them, write your blog, plan your trip. Enjoy your life.
And please remember, language learning is a marathon, not a sprint. But today, you ran a very good mile.
Thank you so much for listening. Keep practicing, and we will see you in the next episode.
Goodbye, everyone.